Blueclouds TV. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of Football Menace Live, brought to you by Blueclouds Media. Chelsea, Arsenal, and Manchester United are all in a race for Benjamin Šeško, but Chelsea also have their eyes on Michel Olise. Michel Olise joined Blueclouds Media Football Menace Live as we discuss this specific transfer, and we bring you the latest transfer news that is hitting up the airwaves on X, Instagram, and also YouTube. You could call it that way. We're going to dive into and look at Benjamin Šeško potential, and why top clubs are in for him. Michel Olise, another up-and-coming player. He's been Premier League proven. Also, we're going to talk about him, Premier League experience and creativity. We'll talk about Olise. He's also been linked with other clubs like Manchester United. Which player better fit Chelsea style and needs? Your opinion and transfer prediction is needed on our platform. Let us know what your thoughts are. Who would you prefer Chelsea sign, and which department are you looking into? Don't miss the exciting transfer talk. Smash that like button on and also don't forget to subscribe to Blueclouds Media YouTube channel. We are discussing the latest edition of Chelsea transfer news and some Premier League news. And also we'll be going into the Premier League itself, players that are moving away from right and left and center, back and front, that are free agents. We'll also get into that. Also, Conor Gallagher in the news. Conor Gallagher, where is Conor Gallagher's future light? Where does he lie? Does he his future, is it directed to Tottenham Hotspur? So where do you think Conor Gallagher will find himself at the end of the January or with summer transfer window? I almost said January, but anyway, we are live discussing the latest transfer on Chelsea FC and some other interesting news. So hang in there, do not go anywhere, and we'll be right back in just a second. Welcome back, folks. Welcome back as we get into the Chelsea transfer business and some top Premier League transfer business. Managers, we'll talk about managers also. Chelsea, Arsenal, Manchester United are all in for the race for Benjamin Šeško, but Chelsea also have their eyes on Michel Olise, another talented player from Crystal Palace. We know the telepathy and understanding between what's his name again? The striker, is it I can't remember, Crystal Palace striker. Pateta, whatever his name is. Mateta is the name. Olise, Mateta, and then also Tyreek Mitchell and all those players. We saw how long it took the manager to get his players playing that exciting and then attractive football. But yeah, Chelsea were in for Olise last year, I think, in the January transfer window. Things did not work out.
We went for him last summer.
last summer. I was told
And
that
then
there was,
Crystal Palace screwed Chelsea over.
yeah, there was some gentleman agreement over there laid up for Chelsea to come back and get Olise in this summer transfer window. But we will look into that. Stephen G.
On the mind.
Stephen G, my man is over here. We're gonna dive into it. We're gonna look at the potential. Why is it possible? Why is it necessary for Chelsea to go in for a man like Benjamin Šeško? Stephen, welcome back to the show again. And how is your day so far? I know it's late in the UK. Take us through. What's the atmosphere like in the UK, Stephen?
Just a normal, boring UK day, to be honest.
Boring day. Is it?
There's
is
nothing
it rainy
right now. Huh?
Is it rainy or is the
It's
weather
actually not for once, to be honest.
beautiful day?
That actually looks like a good day.
All right, we'll look into that, guys.
I think it's probably will rain later, but it is what it is.
All right, CFC Gavin is in the show. Says a big up, guys. A big up to you yourself, big man. Then my man himself, Santiago in the building. Says Sesko will make Chelsea bigger on set pieces. Absolutely, we have some statistics over there which you won't believe it. Sesko, you look at it. We'll see the statistics as time goes on. Stephen G, Sesko, Benjamin Šeško. Why should Chelsea sign Sesko, Stephen?
I'm going to put this out there straight away. He's not my first choice.
I know. But
in fact,
don't know.
I'll be honest, he probably wouldn't be in my top 3 or 4.
But why?
I just thought there was better options out there, to be honest. The main option that I would like us to sign, but I don't think we're going to, is Gyökeres. I'm not going to lie, that is my preferred option. But yeah, for sure, one of the big benefits that we're seeing first with Tosin coming in, and well, it's basically a formality at this point. And now with the talk about Benjamin Šeško is that the club are looking to add some height, which is something that we all knew we missed last year through mostly set pieces, both defensively and offensively. We did struggle a bit in that department. I could be wrong here. I'd need to double check, but I think Sesko's about 6'4", which I think Tosin's about 6'6". So that's major height that's been added to the team.
To the team, yeah.
I'm just trying to look it up now. Okay, so according to this, that's 1.95 meters, which 1.95 meters in feet is 6.4. Well, 6.39, round it up, is 6.4. So Sesko's about 6'4". Tosin's about 6'4", 6'5", something like that. So yeah, major pieces in terms of threats on set pieces. And we also have Cueva coming in, obviously. And that's going to be the set piece coach. So we didn't have a set piece coach last year. Leicester didn't have a set piece coach last year either, actually, from my research. And it's an area that they struggled with. But now Maresca's come in. We've got a set piece coach already. That's the guy from Brentford. So an issue that was there for Leicester and Chelsea last season, ironically, was already solved. That was not going to be an issue this season. So it's going to be interesting to see what sort of stuff we come up with on set pieces. But if we do still Sesko, I think he's a little bit raw still. I think there's elements of his game that need to be improved from what I've seen. But look, at the end of the day, I'm going to back him if he comes in, because I want everyone that comes in to succeed, because I'm a fan of the club and ultimately the club comes first. It doesn't matter who I want. If the club think he's a fit, then he's going to come in. And so long as he performs well, I'm not going to complain. So that's my stance on it.
I mean, my choice hasn't been Victor Osimhen. I know Victor Osimhen is your preferred choice.
No, he's not now. So
before
it used to be.
Months ago.
Used to be.
Yeah.
And then when I found out we're getting Maresca and the type of profile a striker Maresca likes, I went towards Gyökeres as my preferred option.
Okay, but to me, like I said, my preferred option from the long
But
time, even
Gyökeres was
before.
always there for me. Just quickly add that context.
Okay,
He was always like one of my top two. I was always saying Gyökeres, Osimhen, or Tony as like my three main people.
All right. So I mean, well said, well said. But yeah, my main option why I was always looking for good courageous. This is a very very young team. Much is not expected from this team, and anyone that we bring in has still got a way to learn. And I feel like Jackson, although our problem with Jackson, Jackson has come from a long way, and he's still, like you said, he's got a lot to improve. He has gained some experience as a top number 9. I wouldn't like he has gained experience as a number 9. So coming in next season, he will learn a lot from what he did wrong last season. Lots of things has to be correct and has to be shake up or correct. Yellow card, unnecessary yellow cards that Jackson was picking up. Some of them were, yeah, some of them where he has to even run from the touchline across this.
That was the Crystal Palace one. He ran across the pitch because the dugout's on the opposite side to where the Chelsea fans were. And he ran right across the face of the referee to celebrate with the Chelsea players and the Chelsea fans. Yeah, when we scored the late goal to take the lead.
Really
Which, to be honest, it was funny.
I know, very funny. But what are you doing? You're just attracting yellow cards and unnecessary card for yourself, which, like I said, it wasn't really necessary. So things like that, Jackson need to learn and need to get away from those things. And I know certain things like trying to finish, which way he put his body, and how to take those first time shots, things like that. He's learning. I know Enzo Maresca will help him. He's really Caballero and the others will help him out get to that. And thus the set piece coach, as you said, he also will come in and then shake up things. So lot of improvements will be made. I know Mauricio Pochettino or other managers that have been in the football club have set the bar so high that significantly every manager that comes to the football club has to produce. And Chelsea are not stopping. If you're a manager, you don't do what you're supposed to do, you don't get to your target, they'll fire you, bring you in a manager. I know a lot of people are upset. Why didn't they keep Mauricio Pochettino? Because he did not fulfill his task. It's not just him not agreeing to certain, proposal from the managers. He did not meet these
from the directors.
Yeah, directors from the directors. He did not make the task. He was supposed to make Europe. And when they say Europe, not Conference League, we're talking about either. We're talking about Champions League, where they
only Champions League, and then I think from what I read, they adjusted it to be Europa League because of mid-season.
And he still couldn't make it.
And then we could have. If Man City didn't balls it up in the final.
No, Steven, take the Man City one away. Take the Man City one away. We had a chance from the beginning of the season to make top 4, and he couldn't do it. What really changed?
There's a lot of factors in that, though.
But what really changed from the players that he had in his possession at the end of the season, and from what he had beginning of the season? There wasn't much.
You had people like Nkunku coming back from injury was a key part.
Last game, was it?
Huh?
Was he in the last game?
Yeah, Nkunku was there from about, I think it was about 4 games remaining, 5 games remaining, which is about the time we started to turn things around. But yeah, I'll be back in a second. I've got to go grab my food. Because I didn't know it was going to be ready, but I'll still be around. I'll just be back in 2 seconds.
Don't have to explain yourself, Steven. You don't have to. But yeah, if you're still there watching us live, we're still discussing the transfer link of Gyökeres and also Olise also been linked heavily with Chelsea. Like I said, he was linked with Chelsea last summer, and now there was a gentleman agreement between Olise's management and then Chelsea for them to allow Olise to renew his contract, and probably they can let him go in the summer transfer window. Olise, Gyökeres, which of these departments do Chelsea really need which of these departments do Chelsea really need? Also, Tosi Adebayo in there is with the club at this moment. Looks like medicals were being done yesterday. Big up to you, DJ Sav, man like DJ in the building. I think I'm streaming at the right time. That favorites DJ. I'm sure he's just coming back from work. But anyway, I'll pin the link, and anyone that joined the show who wants to chat with us regarding the latest transfer news on Chelsea, you can do me a favor and click on it and then come on and let's chat here. It's always free. You don't have to pay a dime or a penny to come on. At this moment, that's what we are asking for. Let me get it going. I don't know why my screen got this way, but anyway. All right. Time for now. Let me pin the link there. Guy, give me a second. Santiago in the building. Santiago, so Chelsea biggest weakness is a goalkeeping department. Apparently, I don't know if we don't bring any other goalkeeper in, there's still going to be a problem. The defense has to connect with the goalkeeping department. Petrovic is a good goalkeeper, but he doesn't command very well. It will take him a little bit of time to try and understand what he's supposed to do, but he's learned a lot, gained a lot of experience, and he's better than Sanchez. But by what I'm reading, Enzo Maresca wants to keep Sanchez, and he's ready. He said he's ready to up his game to a different level in terms of his Premier League career, which I don't see that. Sanchez in goalposts raised a lot of heart attack, but Petrovic, I'm sure 90% of Chelsea fans were okay. They were okay with Petrovic being goalpost because he barely made those mistakes that Sanchez was making. Playing out for the back, he's got weird and weak passes, awful passes going to the position team all the time. But let's welcome DJ. DJ, welcome back to the show, and let us take us through how London is doing and how the weather is going so far for you, DJ.
Hey, big up, Lee. Big up to everyone in the comments. Weather's been okay, Lee. Up and down, as it always is here. We've had sunshine for the last couple of days, but still not as summer as we'd like it to be. I'd rather be back home in Portugal on 27 degrees and enjoying the weather there. Barbecues every day, beach every day, mate. I can't complain. So. If we only had that a little bit here, I'd be happy, but unfortunately, it's not as yet. But summer is not far away, I don't think, from here.
What would be your preferred weather temperature?
I probably would say around about probably 25 to 27 degrees. Really, really nice weather. Obviously, especially when you're in Portugal. I could bring my heritage country into it.
Are you there, DJ?
Okay. I came back as he cut out. Everything good?
Yeah. He's still there, but we can hear him. He has to do with the mic. He has to do with microphone. DJ, are you there? Okay, he muted it. It looks like he's working on the microphone and see what might be the problem. But yeah, absolutely, we'll look into that. I saw the logo. I was like, who is this? Then I remember it was Mo changed his logo a while ago. I think about a couple weeks ago. But big up to you, my big brother, Mo in the building. Guys, check this man out. He's loaded tons of videos. I was checking them out on my notification thing, and very, very interesting regarding some of the transfer news that we are dealing with. We're talking about Sesko. He's talking about Olise also, and some more other guys. So guys, smash the like button if you haven't joined. Let's see if we can make it to 30 likes today before we hop off the platform today, or we get off this place. Big up to you, Mo. Big up to Santiago, GFC, Gavin, my man himself, or everyone in there. We got 15 of us watching live. Let's see, guys. Don't forget to drop your like on the video. Steven, we're still on. We're still on it. We're still discussing Sesko. Let's discuss Sesko. You said you were not. The beginning, before we had Endo Maresca, your preferred striker was Victor Osimhen, and
or Gyökeres. They were interchangeable.
So things changed, but now your preferred one will be Gyökeres. Why not Sesko? Sesko has been linked with Chelsea too. Why not Sesko?
I'd prefer someone Oh, I prefer someone who's got a bit more experience, and okay, might be experience. Depends how you look at it, right? Because it's a conversation we always have. But for me, I'd rather someone like Gikaresh, who's more proven, I'd say. Given you look at the number of goals, he's got the number of assists, he's done it in Europe as well. So I'd prefer to have him compared to Sesko. But like I said before, I had to quickly run off. Like, at the end of the day, if he comes in, I'm going to back him.
Yeah. I mean, looking at Sesko, potentially very good. He has a lot of experience in European football. If you talk about European football, maybe Champions League and some other trophy. I mean, leagues that he's been playing. Sporting in CP, he came out from the bench. He makes difference. He starts. He makes a difference. This is on my paper.
Wait,
this should be the guy. Victor. What's his name?
Oh, because you said Sesko and then you said about Sporting, so you completely threw me off. That's why I was checking.
Oh, I'm sorry if I did confuse you, but I was saying, if on my paper, Gyökeres has been on my list for months. When Nicholas Jackson was not banging the goals, I was like, who is this striker? I watched this guy coupled I think I watched a few clips of him, and after that, I've tried to watch some highlights from the Portuguese league, and this guy ticks the box. But someone said he has a little issue with pace. He doesn't have that pace there, but I don't think that issue that could be much of a problem. We have players like Palmer in the midfield who can give those telepathy, or would I say crispy passes that you cannot even see coming. He should be able to finish those chances. He doesn't need to run with the ball like Nicholas Jackson does all the time. He is good. He's a good finisher. He just have to be at the right place at the right time to finish his chances. But look at it, looking at these top players in Europe, top leagues. Gyökeres with 59 goals, 48 goals, 15 assists. Harry Kane with 44 goals, 12 assists. That is 56. Luke De Jong. Is it the one from Barcelona?
PSV, I think.
PSV. Striker.
I'll check.
Luke De Jong. I'm not so sure.
He used to be at Barca.
Okay, 38 goals, 18 assists. Kylian Mbappe, 44 goals, 10 assists. Erling Haaland, 44, 38 goals and 6 assists. But look at the assists. Besides the goals himself, 48 goals and 15 assists for Gyökeres. Why not Chelsea go in for this guy? Erling Haaland, what's his name again? Mauro Icardi. Mauro Icardi was with PSG. I'm not sure if he's still with PSG. I think he went to Galatasaray.
Galatasaray. Oh no, he's Gala now, but he was at Inter or something, wasn't he?
Yeah,
he was with Roma and then he went Gala.
Yeah, he's not Galatasaray. So yeah,
Mario Icardi. PSG Galatasaray.
Yes. Now we have our main man over the Cole Palmer, 27 goals.
Luke De Jong, right?
Luke De Jong.
Yeah, PSV.
Mo said Timo Werner vibes. Timo Werner vibes.
What does Mo vibes?
I'm not so sure. Is he trying to say that he's quick?
I'm going to presume that he means Sesko.
Sesko?
Because the fact that he's also at Leipzig, where Werner was before Werner joined us. So I'm going to presume he means Sesko. But yeah, clarify that for us, because I'm only presuming at the moment. But I'd imagine that's
when we talk about Sesko, I know the same place, German league. He scores tons of goals, but then cannot finish when they bring him to the Premier League. So I'm sure probably that is what he's trying to talk about. But Mo, yeah, as usual, I always like you to join the show. If you're there and you're free, Mo, as usual, come and give me some 10 minutes. And, I want to say thank you for the other day. That video that I clipped from you made a ton of views, and it brought lots of subscribers from the channel. And those that even don't know the channel were able to subscribe to it. So I want to say thank you very much. And I can't wait to do it again. Take your opinion on certain transfer news. DJ Saab, I'm not sure what's going on, DJ. I will have to send the link directly to you again if it's not working. But yeah, Mo is joining us here. Oh, did I say Mo? No, Scala is here with us. Scala, welcome back to the show. I know you don't have much time, so I always want to give you the microphone to start dropping your 2 cents What made you click on the show today? As usual, welcome back to the stream.
Yeah, I mean, as usual, you guys are already active in the transfer window, and United are doing reviews after reviews after reviews, but still no decision on the manager.
Still
And
Ten
if you
Hag
can't make a
around.
decision on the manager, how will you get into the transfer window?
She's back.
I mean, the only decision we have made this today is the retention list, and even in that, we are trying to give new contracts or extensions to Johnny Evans and Tom Heaton, which is a bit depressing. But look, I do have faith in this ownership or the people they have appointed. You cannot tell me that people like Jason Wilcox and Omar Barada coming from Man City, they are incompetent. These are footballing people. So I'll wait and see. But yeah, man, obviously you guys have got your manager, which means you can delve into the transfer window, and you're already looking to do some high profile sales, which will obviously boost your yeah, I mean, Sesko and this guy Olise and all these people are obviously in your radar. But I think this time Chelsea have to make signings based on what the manager wants and how he wants to play.
Reasonable
Not,
signings.
yeah,
Reasonable
not just
signings.
yeah. You cannot sign Olise just because United want to sign them or other clubs want to sign them. You have to see if Olise fits your team. You know, you already got a right-footed player in Cole Palmer who is never going to be substituted. He's going to be starting 38 games. So do you want another left-footed inverted winger? I mean, I know he can play number 10 as well, but his best work is from that right wing. I mean, he literally destroyed us 2 times when we played Palace last year and this time. So I mean, the last 2 times Arsenal wanted Mudryk, you signed him. Liverpool wanted Lavia and Caicedo, you signed him, and it took a while for all those players to bed in. So yeah, I mean, I don't know how much say the manager has, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I was seeing like some Chelsea fans trying to troll. I mean, the other club fan that we got Tosin Adebayo. So I mean, he's a decent player. I mean, I won't say he's anything bad about him. I mean, he was very good when we played Fulham. But I feel like he's not really a first team starter. So I feel like you need to get a centre back, a top quality centre back, and Adebayo can't be that because Badiashile and this guy, Disasi, they are not it, in my opinion. And Fofana, you cannot count on him because of his ACL. So you need to replace Thiago Silva. That's your big concern because you cannot go into the Premier League with all these three centre backs. I mean, if you're going to rely on Tosin Adebayo as your main centre back signing to replace Silva, I think that's a very big gamble. So I think that's your main position for me, in my opinion, that centre back position. Because anytime Chelsea have done well, they always had that good centre back pairing. Whether you won the Champions League recently with Christensen and Rudiger, or long back with Terry and Carvalho and all those, your centre back pairings. But yeah, man, that's my uh, that's why I click. Like, I don't want. I mean, it's not my club, but I think this time in the transfer window, you guys have to be sensible. You not just sign players for the sake of it.
Yeah, I agree with you. I know I can say that they made a lot of mistakes in the first signings when they brought in like 7 players at the same time, which we know it was definitely going to take time. Where people can, excuse me, people are reading two and two together, are putting two and two together, trying to make it sense. Like they brought Mauricio Pochettino in to come and start and prepare these players for someone like Enzo Maresca to take over because Mauricio Pochettino, who has so much Premier League experience, yet again he wasn't even given that much of a contract to stay at the football club. If indeed these owners see him to be the preferred person who can really who really understands the model and want to take the club to a different level, but yet he wasn't given 5 years. Enzo Maresca hasn't got that much Premier League experience, but yet has been given 5 years plus another year if he does well, an option for another year. So that should tell you that Mauricio Pochettino was not the right person, but then he was there to start the journey or pay way for other managers to come in. But I really appreciate your opinion on regards to some other transfer news. Manchester United. also news and some others. Stephen, in a second.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're gonna go to DJ Saf, but I'll come to Stephen. Give me a second. Stephen, give me a second. Big up to you, Saski Guna, who is joining us live here, and then we have my brother again. He's almost there. Kim So, you are there, brother. You are there. He said hello to you, my brother. Kim So says Sesko. We don't need, according to Kim So. Saskia Gunnar said, so Tosin is coming. No, Tosin is already in. The medicals was done yesterday. Says who else? Who else? Blue boys. And it says is it Galazinho? Who's Galazinho? He's trying. Gallagher. Okay, Gallagher out. Sound like where to UK? Where to? You guys, where to you guys think? Gallagher, to me, I don't think he's going to Tottenham Hotspur. He might find himself maybe abroad, but we'll give you that answer. Paul, big up to you, Paul. Paul, big up to you. Say good evening. Good evening to you, my brother. DJ, let's hear a bit from DJ, then we'll come back to Stephen. Are you gonna?
Yeah, because I just wanted to quickly say something on what Skylar was saying. That's why I quickly unmuted.
All right, go for it. Then DJ will come in. Go for it.
Because all I wanted to clarify is we're not just signing players because other teams want them, right? We wanted Lavia the year before, right? Genuinely, not joking. He signed for Southampton in the July. Chelsea put a 50 million offer in for him on deadline day a month later. With Olise, it's not just because United want him. We wanted him last year. We went with a 35 million offer. Stuff was starting to get agreed. Yeah. Then Crystal Palace tried to, for lack of better terms, screw us over, basically. And that's why we're back in for him as well. But realistically, yeah, a lot of the players like Olise, Palmer, like Nkunku, like them lot can play multiple positions. You can still get them in. I was speaking to a couple people earlier. They're saying if we get Olise, then you could even put him or Palmer as an 8 in the Maresca system because he has the 8s basically charge into the box, which is possible. You could do that. And then you have Nkunku and whichever one of Olise and Palmer left on the wings, and then you've got a striker up top. So it's not just other teams want them. We do have historical interest there on Olise and Lavia. It's just that I think because of it had been such a long time, people seem to have forgotten that we were in for them to begin with, like 12 months earlier in both cases.
Right. But thank you very much, Stephen G, for that correction over there. Which team do you guys think will get Gallagher? Villa, Atletico, or Spurs? He's never going to go to Spurs, Santiago. But let's hear from our brother DJ Sab. DJ, thank you very much for joining us here again. Big up to you more again. DJ, what do you have for us today, DJ?
Yeah, big up, guys. Big up. Yeah, interesting. First of all, I just want to start on Gallagher. It's interesting to see a lot of people seem to think he's going. There was a report come out, I do believe, last week saying that Chelsea want to keep him and offer him a new contract. So I'm not sure about that one. I mean, Gallagher may not even go anywhere. There's a possibility that he may stay on at Chelsea and run down his contract and probably end up going for free next summer. So we can't rule that one out. But I've got this feeling, though, that I think Enzo may have already spoken to the likes of Todd Bowley and possibly Egbali and told them, look, I saw what this guy done last season. You know, he was literally the energy in our midfield last season. I think people forget about that. And he was probably one of our best performing players that we had last season over even Enzo Fernandez, like everyone likes to remind me of. And I totally agree with that because obviously Gallagher was playing full of energy. I think we all knew what he was giving us. The only thing he was lacking, I think, was he wasn't getting many goals. But I personally think he's going to stay next season. I think he might end up. Don't be surprised come the end of the summer transfer window. Gallagher's still a Chelsea player. The one I worry about, I think for myself, is Chalobah because I don't really want to see this guy go anywhere. I thought again towards the end of the season, I thought he was probably one of our better centre backs, and we seem to be obviously wanting to get rid of these guys. And I know why the owners are doing it, only because of this whole this profit and sustainability, and obviously the players from the youth academy make the most money. So so that's the only reason why these guys are doing it. And I personally think, again, I think that'd be a mistake, because everyone's talking about, you need a mature, what do you call it, centre back, a mature centre back to come in there, an experienced one. I mean, if you think about it, last season, Thiago Silva was starting games. He wasn't starting all the games, and when he wasn't starting, we did have games where we were doing pretty well. But I still do believe we will get another centre back in. I think the two players that are heavily linked with us, and I know some fans already say no to it, but unfortunately there are the two that are linked with us. Both Barcelona defenders, one being Koundé and the other one being his teammate. So they're the two that possibly. Yeah, he's not a bad player. So one of those two could possibly come in with that experience. So, in terms of that, and so in terms of striker-wise, I know you guys were talking about at the start of the show. For me, look, you guys always know him. Osimhen was always my choice. He was always the one I wanted us to get. But for whatever reason now, it seems like he's not going to come. And now we're looking at the likes of Benjamin Šeško, possibly Gyökeres coming in. Maybe there's. I've also heard the kid from the other guy.
Let's go.
He's a Belgium international, young kid. Is it Openda? Is it Openda?
Openda from RB Leipzig. No.
Is he the one? Yeah, he's been mentioned as well as a possibility target as well for us.
He's not ready.
So there's a lot. We seem to be going down the youth avenue again. Whereas I think we need to bring an experienced player. And I know Steve was saying it the other time. If we bring in Sesko and someone like Ivan Toney, we could save a lot of money in terms of the Osimhen wages. Because I think bringing him in, say a Toney, and then bringing Sesko to learn from him is not a bad shout either. I don't know what you guys' thoughts on that.
I think I'd done calculations the other day. So I was looking at different options, right? Because you know me, I was like, you could technically put Jackson on the wing, say if Sterling goes, save you buying another winger, right?
Yeah.
So there's been talk of Toney being about 40 million. Sesko's release clause is about 55, 60 million now. So them two would be about 95. But the one that I've gone more towards in terms of the combinations is chucking Girasay in there. Mm-hmm. Because he's got about a 15 million release clause. He's also 28. So if you wanted, you could chuck him in there as an option instead of a Sesko. Why? So you could go for him and Toney, which is two 28-year-old strikers, which give Jackson time to develop, right? Or you could go for one of them and then still get a Sesko if you wanted. But if you was going to go for Sesko and one of the others, for me, if you're going one 28-year-old plus Sesko, just go Girasay, because then you're only paying about 70 million.
Yeah.
Well, not exactly that, maybe about 75, but try and do quick maths on the fly as I'm speaking at the same time is not working very well right now. But compared to, say, only 80 million, which is only 5-10 million more, if you do Toney and Sesko, for example.
Okay.
Yeah. But my approach has always been, why don't we just try and go for two different players, striker, and then move Jackson to wing. Okay, maybe Jackson's more of a striker. It is what it is, but he's looked good on the wing. So you're not in a bad place. I said to someone the other day, I said, Jackson, when he's been on the wings, better than pretty much every winger we had. They went, oh, he's a striker, blah, blah, blah. I went, so you're telling me Sterling done better than him when each of them have got minutes on the wing, only comparing them on the wing? You're telling me Sterling done better? Because I'd argue he didn't.
No, I don't think so. I mean, the numbers would tell you. Jackson's numbers and Sterling's numbers are far.
No, but I'm not even talking just numbers. I'm talking like overall performance. Like, when they were playing on the wing, I'd still say Jackson probably performed better most of the time compared to what Sterling did.
But the club we signed him from, wasn't he doing the same position there? Because he scored only about 8 goals, didn't he? And before when we signed him, I thought, yeah, he's going to come in and do the business for us, which he's, to be fair to him. And I don't think many people want to give Jackson his flowers here, because I think personally he's come in and had a better record than Didier Drogba did in his first season.
In both the league and overall as well, by the way. Not just the league.
And I'm not saying, and by the way, before anyone comes at me, look, Drogba's always going to be my guy. He's my favourite player.
Don't come at us. We're just
we're just basically saying he's had it out. I mean, he's come in and he's done, obviously, better than Drogba. That's saying something for a player that was getting left, right, and centre. A lot of rubbish coming from the fan
base.
Was
24, weren't he, when he joined us? Something like that.
Yeah, and look, and it took him time. And then we all know, no one turns back after that. The man was the guy was just, he was just excellent after that, mate. No one looks back after that. And I think Jackson could possibly turn out to be the same way. But listen, what I say is one thing. Next season, right, we got goals in our team, and I think people have got to take us quite seriously for next season, because I'm not trying to, us and say, yeah, we're going to challenge for the title, we're going to win the title. No. But if you actually look at our forward line, guys, for next season, right, you've got Jackson that's going to score goals. You've got Cole Palmer that's going to score goals. And Kuka's no doubt going to come and score goals. All right. And then you've got also Mudryk, and you've got Madueke, who can chip in with goals as well. And so our team generally have got good forwards going to scoring goals. If we can bring in one striker.
Too big of a squad to play Europa League. I mean, Conference League. Too big of a squad.
That's what I'm trying to say.
You've got to put the kids in for that, though, for the most part.
Yeah, that's it for most of it, until you get towards the latter stages, isn't it?
Until you get to round of 16, go with the kids. So just quickly on that, as we've mentioned it, right? Because we only play one qualifying round of that, because of the English League's top nation, it's one top 5 nations, only playoff round for that, yeah? The first leg, hopefully, would be at home. You go strong for that. Then you put youngsters in there for the second leg. And from that point until the round of 16, you could probably get away with having a fair few youngsters in there.
I do agree with you. But let's take a few words from Mo. He's joining us here. Like I said, it's always a pleasure to meet this legend. You guys, he's doing a lot of research, and don't be surprised. He'll come up with some more, top videos. So, yeah, we got Mo in the studio. Big up to Mo, the man from the Blueclouds YouTube channel. Guys, don't be confused. He's just changing his channel logo. So don't be confused. It's the same person. Yeah, hiding in a different animal shell for clothing. So yeah, that's the same man over there. Mo, welcome back into the show again. And how's your day like, sir?
Big up everyone. My day's been busy. Came back from work, had some food, went to sleep, just woke up. And I see Blueclouds TV is streaming, so I thought I'd click and hear what you guys have to say. Great content as always on this channel. I love hearing the banter, the opinions, the discussions. So this is probably one of the most underrated Chelsea YouTube channels out there. The quality is top notch. Nee, you do some great work with your content. I love the thumbnails that you create. I love the setup you have. So it's always good to to watch you guys. One thing I have to say, Stephen, he's always smashing the ball out of the park. He's always coming with the facts, coming with the with the stats, with the right mentality also. So a big up to you, Stephen. I can't speak highly enough of DJ Sav. I mean, we all know, DJ is always on the ball when it comes to the news and comes to the latest developments. So you have everything on here, and you got a fantastic host. You got a fantastic host with Nee. I mean, you can't go wrong with Nee. So.
More remember this platform always invites rival fans. We have a United fans there, Arsenal fan in the chat.
I'm not going to mention the United fan. He's always here, and he's always trying to to stir shit up. But no, big up to him. Big up to him.
Yeah,
No.
it's a great guy.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah, if I need an update from Manchester United, my go-to guy, I call on him and he'll come over and flow. And also, when we see the green light, he sees something else, and always, giving that, okay, we Chelsea fans, we want that, but why do we want that player? And Scala will always all the time keeping me on my toes and trying to let me know that we don't need that player because we have the player that can play in that position. Why do we need Olise? So sometimes I always like to hear from rival fans and what they think of our football club. So always a pleasure to have you on the show. Mo, we're discussing some top transfer rumors surrounding Chelsea Football Club. Olise in there, we're done with Tosi Adebayo. We're done with him. Now it looks like either Gyökeres or Sesko in the news right now. Let me know what your thoughts are on those specific players.
Okay, so when I said Timo Werner vibes, I was referring to Sesko. I think I'm not happy about the way we're approaching this striker situation. I think we're doing the same mistake that we did with the whole Lukaku and Erling Haaland saga. If you guys remember, when we could have spent, I think, another 25 million on top of the whole Lukaku deal, and we could have landed Erling Haaland. I know there was money to be paid to the agent, to Haaland's dad, and to sweeten the deal, but we dropped the ball on that, and we went ahead and we got one with Lukaku for, I think it was just over £100 million at the time, and history speaks for itself, and we all saw what happened with Lukaku, and we all saw what happened with Erling Haaland going to Manchester City. So, we're about to make another mistake similar to that. We're looking at strikers in the range of between 45 to about 65, 70 million pounds. Yeah, so we're looking at that kind of range when Osimhen is just north of 100 million pounds. And the reason why we're doing this is financial fair play. We can't afford to splash out such a big amount of money on the back of the money that we've spent over the past couple of seasons. And also the biggest factor, it seems like the contract, because we're not prepared to offer Osimhen a contract that is suitable for a player of his stature. We're also looking at the whole age bracket, age cap. So we're making a lot of mistakes in this transfer window when it comes to the way we're approaching certain players. We're restricting ourselves. Some restrictions are imposed. The financial restrictions, I think, is because of the mistakes that we have made. We're having to spend money in a different way. In a way, spending money in a restricted manner for me is a good thing. I don't like what they did or what the ownership did when it came to Enzo Fernandez and specifically Moses Caicedo. I think Enzo Fernandez and Moses Caicedo are very, very good players, and I'm happy to have them at Chelsea Football Club. But I don't think we spent the right amount of money. I think we overspent. We overpaid by a long way, especially for Moses Caicedo. And I think we can't be doing that. We can't be following that kind of strategy when it comes to the transfer market moving forward. And now we are paying the price of the overspent that we've done. In regards to what you guys were saying about Conor Gallagher and Trevor Chalobah and Ian Matson and all the Cobham lads, they have to be sold. I'm not happy about selling some of those players, but they have to be sold because we have put ourselves in that position where we have to sell them. I would love to see Trevor Chalobah get a chance to play for Maresca. Ian Matson as well, and I think Conor Gallagher, selling him with the current squad, with the current system that we think Maresca is going to be playing with 1 6 and 2 8s, I think Conor Gallagher is suited to that system. So I think Conor Gallagher, would be a player that would fit really well under Maresca's strategy, under Maresca's style of play. And yet, we're looking to get just north of 50 million for him. I think it has been done purely to balance the books. And there is one factor that has been stated, or has been stated and contradicted by a few journalists, and it's been contradicted by one journalist in particular, who actually said we have to sell before the 30th of June. And then, a few weeks later, he says, no, we don't actually have to sell by the 30th of June this year. We have to do it by the 30th of June next year. And that's David Ornstein. And, this is a situation where it shows the financial problem that we have when it comes to, balancing our books. And we have to sell players like Conor Gallagher, like Ian Matson, like Trevor Chalobah, because selling those players for 25 million, for 50 million is literally 100% profit, 100% net profit onto our books. Therefore, it will allow us to stay afloat when it comes to financial fair play. It's not staying afloat as, we need that money for Chelsea Football Club to survive. No, we need that money to avoid being, penalized, and avoid being fined, and avoid being, sanctioned by UEFA, by FIFA, by the FA. Sorry, and that is what we have to do. So, we put ourselves in that position. I think I've talked a lot. I think I need to give the mic to you guys to to have a chance. But I'll be here for a little bit, so I'll be happy to join the discussion with you guys.
Thank you very much, Mo have said a lot, guys. Thank you very much. We still got 26 of you or 23 of you watching live on the show. If you haven't, drop a like on the video. Let's see if we can make it to 30 likes before we draw the curtains today. But yeah, looks like the debate and argument is getting heated up. It's getting heated up. Scala is right there. DJ also in there. Stephen G himself, the man himself, is also there. And guys, do not worry. I'll take over and go through the comments as they come in. I'm way behind, but Stephen helped me out on that as the show keep going on. We are talking about the striker situation. Mo has given us his opinion on going. Some other also in the comments have given their opinion on the kind of strikers we're going in for. There's too many young players and we need experience, according to Santiago. Said Gallagher is not technical enough to play for Maresca's team. He would not be a big he will not be a big loss, according to Santiago. Sasuke Gunnar said, hi Gavin, saw you and it's a Gary Blueboard analysis doing the show together, according to Sasuke. Thank you very much, Sasuke, for always being here. France versus Luxembourg. I'm sure Canada will give better challenges to alias the Blues. I'm sure that's what it. Thank you very much, MDS Zilla. Thank you very much for joining us in the show today. Kim So, man like Kim So, and also Chelsea season in the building. It's just a big up to y'all. Big up to you, to yourself. The Sasuke Gunnars, Ellen Haaland, Norway hat trick just now. Wow. Sesko, it says Sesko if goes everywhere. Sounds like as now, according to my brother. Kim So said just buy Osimhen. We haven't heard much about Osimhen.
I think that's another reason to it. I don't think he fits how Maresca likes his strikers. Right. I think that's a part of it. Another part, as we've touched on, will be the financial aspect of financial fair play. Another aspect to be, he probably wants a massive amount. Like, people talk about a cap and all this year that we might put on wages, yeah? Mm-hmm. I don't think that's a hard cap on every player, because we've heard a lot of talk that supposedly we want to get big names. But if he wants something like 400 or 500 grand, for example, like those top players, it's not worth it. If he wants 350, I wouldn't take that risk after Sterling either, to be honest. Like, it's just not worth it. When you could get one or two players for the same position for probably about the same amount of price and wages that he would want.
Beautiful.
The Haaland thing also, just quick on that. I think the Haaland deal was done whilst we were sanctioned, though, wasn't it? And that's why we couldn't do anything. I think that's when that happened. Also, think that was, if I remember rightly, him and Bellingham were two of the people that Lampard wanted when he was here the first time round, and that didn't happen. And then, look, I'm not saying they would have got to where they got to if they came to Chelsea. I'm just saying if you look to where they got now, that's not all due to the training that they had. That is also down to the hard work they put in, so they could have got there anyway.
Thank you very much, Stephen G. Santiago said Gallagher will leave for free if we don't.
Sorry, Nick, just to clarify, the Haaland thing happened the year before we got sanctioned. It was the first full season of Thomas Tuchel. So it was just the year before we got sanctioned, and I think it was because there was issues that were not directly related to the deal per se, but I think Marina Granovskaya at the time wasn't happy about the way the Haaland camp was approaching the whole transfer deal. They wanted add-ons that were outside of the mainstream add-ons, where they would have to pay Borussia Dortmund. They had to pay the agent, they had to pay the father. And I think that is why Marina Granovskaya wasn't too comfortable with that deal. I think, we came to about 25 million of the agreed price at the time. But, we just didn't push it across the line. And we ended up going for the second option at the time, which was Romelu Lukaku. And that, for me, was the issue. And again, hindsight is a big factor. So, today we can look back and say it was a mistake. At the time, they probably didn't know, what was going to happen with Romelu Lukaku and all of the turbulence that we had because of that whole deal. And I just want to also say, in regards to Victor Osimhen, and his situation right now, if it is the style, if it is the fact that he doesn't suit Maresca's approach, I can understand that. If Maresca doesn't want us to go for a particular player, then I would not go against the decision of the manager. But if it is for the money, I think we can do a lot worse than going for a risk on Victor Osimhen. I think Victor Osimhen brings a lot. He hasn't had the best season last season by his standards, very high standards. I mean, by other striker standards, it's a good season. But by his standards, by what we know he can do, it wasn't the fantastic season that we were expecting from him. I think Chelsea do need to have that experience, that renowned striker. If you're not going to get that experience, that renowned striker, and you're going to go for someone who is less known, less tested, stick with Jackson. Get someone, to support Jackson. Stay at that level, but then keep the onus on Nicholas Jackson to be your main striker. But I think it's all about how you want to approach this, and I think the financial situation is going to play a massive role, and I think we will see maybe a different strategy post 30th of June, depending on what sales we can make before the 30th of June. Sorry to cut you off, Nee. Just wanted to say that. You're on mute, Nee, by the way. You're on mute.
Always happens. But yeah, I've always thought, I could have sworn it was during sanctions, but if it wasn't, then yeah, thanks for clarifying. I always thought it was during sanctions. The Haaland deal.
Great. All right, thank you very much, Mo, for your info. That information. Okay, Stephen G, thank you also. With Scala, I know Scala, it's don't have that much time. Let me go to Scala. I'll go to Scala in a bit here. I had a comment I was going to read and I forgot. It was coming from Santiago here. Guys, I apologize. I'll be skipping some of the comments because if I say I'm going to start all over, I'll be way behind, and I don't want to do that. Gallagher will leave for free if we don't sell him now. It makes no sense to keep him with only 3 midfielders in the field: Enzo, Caicedo, Lavia, Chukwuemeka, and Cole Palmer, according to my brother Santiago. Big up to you, Chelsea. Chelsea season says a big up to his brother. I think Gavin, I'm sure. Paul said that we will miss Gallagher. Any club making some offer for taking them, for taking talking to them, talking to Team Gallagher, according to Sasuke Guna. Sorry, couldn't read that well. Paul said, but maybe we can replace him with Drisbury, Drisbury Hall. Is it from Leicester City, right? If I can remember, it's a Leicester City player. All right, Maya, big up to you, Maya. It's been a while. He said, big up me and everyone. They're up to Chelsea. Yup, I will miss Gallagher, but Chelsea first. Big up to my brother, Chelsea Perspective in the building. Big up to you. I hope you're doing very well yourself. Luke said, big up, Mo. It's been a while. Hope you're all well. Mo is doing wonderful. Yeah, in the blue background, she tell you the blue is really in his blood. Big up to Chelsea Perspective. So big up to everyone in this studio today. Santiago said, I agree with Kasim. That also, man, would probably help Chelsea better than Sesko. I just don't think Chelsea are trying to sign a player for over 100 million for the third time, according to Santiago. Let me hear some few words from Mo before I lose Mo. I've lost DJ, but I know he's going to come back again. Mo, Scala, sorry, not Mo. Scala, over to you again. Let's hear some few words from you before we lose you.
Yeah, I mean, if you're selling Gallagher to either Aston Villa or Tottenham, I think that's a very good business. I think you would have done Mason Mount 2.0. I mean, you robbed us for 55 million, and I think I read somewhere
did we
that
rob you guys? Did we force
yeah, I mean,
Mason Mount on you?
we didn't need Mason Mount. It wasn't a position we needed.
So who do you
Like
blame? Who do you blame? The manager,
I
their
blame the
manager.
manager. Yeah, because I blame the manager. Usually, players like Mason Mount are a club signing. British and young, and they are very good for PR. But Ten Hag, he said in the press conference that he was his signing. He wanted Mason Mount. So I think he was doing some apprenticeship in Holland as well with Vitesse or something like that. So he has been following his career. So yeah, that's on him. But yeah, moving away from Mason Mount, I mean, if you can ship off Gallagher to Villa or Tottenham for 60 million, I read somewhere that Chelsea are very stubborn on the price. That would be brilliant business, man, because my thoughts already on Gallagher. I think he's your McTominay. Absolutely, just a passion merchant. He's not my kind of player which I would like to watch. But I mean, if you have some kind of a Cobham, whatever, like affection for him, that's your. I mean, that's probably your thing. But yeah, man. I mean, 60 million for Conor Gallagher, and you can invest that money into a better player. That's a win-win situation for you. And then you add already you guys have so many good midfield players and attacking players. I mean, you cannot tell me with a team like Lavia, Nkunku, Palmer, and all these guys, Chelsea are not good. And if you sell Gallagher and buy something better, that just strengthens your team. I mean, unless you listen to ridiculous channels like Talksport, who said that Gallagher should be a highest paid player. I mean, I don't know, man. Gallagher, for me, he's just an asset which is very good for you to sell. We cannot even sell McTominay for 40 million to West Ham. I mean, they were willing to give us 40 million, but I don't know who at United decided to say that, yeah, we are not going to sell McTominay for 40 million. So if you're getting more than 20 million on top of 40 for Gallagher, that's a no-brainer. I don't know. I mean, I don't know, man. Even when he starts, I just don't think like he has any kind of impact. I mean, maybe I don't watch Chelsea week in and week out. Maybe you guys can tell, but
probably it's because you don't watch Chelsea week in week out, so you don't see the attributes and what Gallagher brings. Probably you watch him once in a while, but besides, if you watch just then England game, I think England and Bosnia, according to reports and stats, Gallagher played very, very well. I mean, his performance against Bosnia
yeah, but
was
Maguire
very,
looks good
very
for
good.
England, and he is not. He hasn't done anything for United since he has come in. So I don't think England is the right place to judge. I don't think it's the right metric to judge. I mean, anyways, like Gareth Southgate, he plays a very defensive brand of football. So I expect Gallagher to look good. But
I mean, I do
yeah, man,
agree. I do agree with those that say Gallagher will not. I mean, play much better in Enzo's style, but maybe it'll be a better player
what
under
is his
Thomas
style
Tuchel
like?
or
I mean,
maybe
is he like
Mourinho.
Arteta's? Like, is he like? I mean, I expect him to a possession
Lot of
brand of
tiki
football.
taka.
Yeah,
Lots of
okay.
tiki-taka and playing out from the back, just like Pep Guardiola.
So you need tech man to be
Yeah,
playing in that
technical
midfield.
players, which
That technical
Gallagher
field.
is not one of them.
I
But
mean, just
let's
imagine if you sell Gallagher for 60 million and you somehow add another 40 or 50 and you break the bank for João Neves, because he has a 120 million release clause. I know you don't want to do an Enzo Fernandez 2.0, but I'm just throwing it out. I mean, that's a very good deal because you are getting full profit for Gallagher and you will be getting full profit for Chaloba and Matson and all these people. You already sold this guy, Lewis Hall, to Newcastle. So yeah, yeah, man. It's a bit frustrating to see like you have so many assets to sell that make full profit, and clubs like United are giving out deals to Johnny Evans. So
thank you very much, Scala.
Give Johnny Evans 5 years.
Before we let you go, there's one more before we. I mean, if should in case we lose you on the show, Manchester United, John Evans. What is this? What is going on with United and Ten Hag? John Evans, Ten Hag, and also I know you guys also want to lose it, but what is going on? Let's take us through United a little bit on United before we lose you.
yeah, I mean we do want Olise, but again, I mean I just think like it's another PR story. I don't think we want Olise because you guys were linked with Olise last season and you almost paid 60 million, but he signed a deal with a release clause or something like that. And we already have Anthony, who we paid 80 million. So what we are going to do with him because no one's going to buy him, and that's another player which will be going waste on the bench. I mean, he hasn't started the season. He's got like 3 goal contributions over the whole season. So I mean, we're spending 60, 70 million on Olise. I mean, it does sound very good, but it's probably too rich for United because we don't have that kind of money and we don't have any sellable assets to recoup that money even if we spend that. So I don't think we are going in for Olise. But I would say one thing though. But I mean, if Chelsea do want to sign, I think he's just looking for options, man. I don't think he's wants to go to Chelsea. Like I don't think he has made his mind up that I only want to go to Chelsea. Otherwise he would have paid his release clause by now, or something would have happened. I mean, I just think like all the clubs are being linked with him, even though you guys are favorites. So something to keep an eye on. And Johnny Evans, I don't think it's even a topic. I mean, his wife works at the club as some kind of a, I don't know what she does at the club, man, but she's got a role at the club, and that's why he's there. But yeah, I mean, he's probably good to keep around. I mean, he's 2-footed, I guess, but. Yeah, man, that's Johnny Evans. Not really a story. I don't really care, but we do need a centre back. That's a big thing because
Thank you
Varane
very
is going.
much. Thank you very much, Scala, as the man from Manchester United. My fan, yeah, one of the greatest fan of this platform. He supports us from a long, far distance. But yeah, we have Stephen G and Mo. We'll be moving on from Sesko to Olise. I think Mo have even talked about Olise already. So Olise is the guy we'll be talking about right now. Stephen, Mo is right there. Stephen, Olise is the guy on the. Do Chelsea really need Olise?
I mean, technically, you could argue yes, because it depends on how we're going to set up as well, right? This is the key thing, right? We know typically Maresca goes for a 4-3-3, but he's also used a 4-2-3-1. So it depends how you want to look at it. If he goes more towards the 4-2-3-1, bear in mind this is all on paper because in game it's entirely different, and this is a thing we have to keep pointing out, right?
Yeah.
But as I said earlier, like I was talking to someone and they said, technically speaking, you could put Palmer, for example, at centre mid, have Nkunku and Olise as your wingers, and then you've still got to get a striker in up top. I mean, the reason that the person said this because me and them were talking and what they were explaining, and I sort of knew this anyway from what I'd seen. It appears that Maresca likes his eights to like charge into the box pretty much. So they're still attacking. They're not just roaming around outside the box. They actually get into the area, try to attack the area for any balls that may be cut back, for example. So look, maybe that's what they're looking at. Who knows? But at the end of the day, we should get into the Conference League. We should get very far, and if we don't win that, it's a disgrace. Yeah. So that's another 12 games or something silly. Then you got the League Cup. Then you got the FA Cup. Then you got the Premier League games. You're talking 60+ games. You need the players there to rotate in and out. Because otherwise you get issues like what we're very familiar with at this club, especially after last season, injuries. Because the players constantly playing, overloaded, and bang, more injuries. To be fair, a lot of them weren't even due to overload this year. But it is what's going to happen if you play the same players for 60+ games.
That's what is going to happen if you play players a 60+ game, young players. That's what you're going to see. Maya said that Neves, Neves is a race. We can't go there for an 8. According to Maya. Santiago, please keep your comments in lowercase for me to be able to read them very well. Else, I'm even having issues reading even the lowercase, more or less, put it on cap locks for me. All right, Santiago said Man United has shown the Chelsea haters that buying a bunch of experienced players for the sake of the is it inexperienced or experienced players? I think you're supposed to say inexperienced.
Experienced.
Yeah,
they're buying
players. Experience sake of a moment is a mistake. They want to start over again, but since the players have no value, they're stuck with them. But I'll say a lot of the players have got value. Santiago, Jackson is already at 80 million right now. You can talk Jackson 80 million according to the bookmakers. Jackson's value have ridiculously rise high. Maya said that for rotation, yes, we need him. For Madueke, if he goes out of injury or competition, according to Maya, we still need a striker for Real. Maya said we should win the Conference League, bro. No excuse, according to Maya. Santiago said, "Hey, Kasim, if only Burnley bought Chelsea a couple years earlier, he would have bought Haaland for sure. What could have been?" Okay, according to him, if Chelsea have purchased, if Bowley and the rest have purchased Chelsea earlier on, who knows? They would have had Haaland in the football club by now. But yes, his price tag is ridiculous. He makes almost about 400,000 pounds or dollars or whatever a week. That is too much. That would distract our wage bill. Haaland, he makes a lot of money.
Haaland be on silly money.
Crazy. I think it's more than 400 a week. More than that. But let me hear the man talk again.
What they put on paper. Don't forget, Man City have charges to do with under-the-table payments as well.
We'll come back to that, Stephen. We'll come back to that before this.
Oh, no, because you said he's getting probably about that. So I was just making a point of that's what we know of. That was more the point of that's what we know of.
Right. It's not easy, but we'll come to that before we wrap up the stream. We will talk about those 115 financial breaches and what they are fighting. You know, the Premier League board, they're fighting the Premier League right now, and it looks like the whole Premier League is fighting them too. If they win this case, I don't want to get into it, but we'll get there. Let me take some more few words from Mo regarding what we're discussing right now. Olise, why should Chelsea go in for Olise? Do we need him, Mo? Do we need Olise?
We can say, do we need Osimhen? Do we need X, Y player? You know, you can make a case for every player, and you can make a case against every player. I think with the current setup we have, the current players we have, you can argue and say we need players in other positions more than we need a player like Olise. However, it depends where your ambitions are, where your goals are. If your goals are to, strengthen the squad, to improve the creative aspects of your team, Olise definitely brings that. Olise is a very good player. He is creative, he is technical, and he adds a lot of depth to the squad. You could argue and say that he will block certain players, certain young wingers that we have in the team. But I think having him in the team would be a positive thing. His price tag isn't out of this world. He is an affordable player. But again, will Chelsea pursue this with a challenge? Because if Manchester United are in the mood to challenge us for Olise, and they do start to offer certain incentives, certain things to Olise, or they could technically steal him. They could hijack the deal technically, but I want to go back to Santiago's comment about Erling Haaland, and had Todd Boehly bought Chelsea a couple of seasons prior, we would have had Haaland. I don't think Todd Boehly or Iqbali or the consortium has the stomach for big money transfers anymore. I don't think they had this. I think they have literally shot themselves in the foot with the last couple of transfer windows, and I think now they're starting to realize what they have done, and I think this is going to have a ripple effect for quite some time. And I think if we look back at the Roman Abramovich era, Roman Abramovich, when he first took over, we did see a lot of signings, a lot of top class signings come into the club at a quick rate. But then it died down. Over the year, the last few years of Roman Abramovich, we did see one or two big name signings, but everything else was quite reasonable. We didn't have a lot of big signings. I know we had a transfer ban that we had to deal with, but in a sense, that transfer ban for me was positive because it allowed some of these youngsters to come through, the likes of Tomori, the likes of Rhys James, and others, Mason Mount. All these players, they came through because of the transfer ban. So sometimes, a club could do something that has a negative effect or a penalty, but that negative effect and that penalty might actually be positive for the for the future or for the outlook of the team. And I think this whole situation where we are in a little bit of a financial pickle right now might actually be a good thing because it makes his owners have to reconsider and have to re-examine the kind of signings that they're going to do. This free transfer of Tosin, I think they're going to see. In my opinion, Tosin is going to be a very positive addition to the team, and I think they're going to look and say, look, we got him on a free transfer. We, took this opportunity to bring in a player who is 26, above the age bracket, on a free transfer, and he has added more to the team. And again, I'm hoping that he is successful because he does have the ability, he does have the characteristics to succeed. So hopefully he will succeed. And I think this is the whole thing. Chelsea are going to have to implement a new model. The model that they came in with isn't going to work. Okay, the model that they came in with, splash money to make money, isn't going to work. They have to stick by the rules and regulations. And I know we're going to talk about Man City later on, but rules and regulations are there for a reason, and we have to abide by them. And we have to abide by them in a positive manner, in a smart manner. I know they're trying to find loopholes, but finding loopholes and trying to play the system is going to come back and bite you in the backside, further down the line, just like it has done now with us having to sell a bunch of players before June 30th. And again, this is not something that has been confirmed, but I think in due course it will be clear that Chelsea have to do this. I think there's a code of silence on this matter right now because it's not financially wise to make it known that we have to do this because we're gonna we'll end up selling players for peanuts. So we're gonna have to keep a lid on it. But once the June 30th deadline, expires, I think it's going to come out that Chelsea had to do this. But yeah, I think we have to be very, very careful. And as fans, we love to hear breaking news: Chelsea have signed XY player for 100, for 200. we like it. It gives us something to look forward to. I want to see how good this player is. And is he going to get a handful of goals? Is he going to get a handful of assists? But that is something, it is not sustainable. We have to buy the right player in the right position. And going back to the right player in the right position, and we addressed the Maresca system. And, Stephen is spot on in regards to the two systems that he likes to play. They are the two systems that he likes to play. However, one thing that baffles me, Maresca has been talking about, all this data, all this information that he's trying to gather in the build-up to preseason and the season ahead. Fantastic, brilliant. That's what you should be doing. However, he has also talked about a goalkeeper who plays from the back. This is what he requires in his team. And yet, he is focusing on Robert Sanchez. Now, I don't know what he's been watching, but, we saw Robert Sanchez. He was dropped to third choice goalkeeper at Brighton. He came to Chelsea Football Club, and he didn't fill me with a lot of confidence, and I know he didn't fill a lot of the fans with confidence with the ball at his feet. His shot stopping, he's decent. He's a good goalkeeper when it comes to that side of it, but when it comes to his distribution, he scares the living daylights out of me. I'm shit scared every time he has to pass the ball to a player when he has the ball at his feet. And we saw him do a number of blunders last season. And for Maresca to want to utilize him as his number one goalkeeper, based on what we've seen of him last season, I mean, come on, Maresca supposedly knows these players, knows their abilities. He has been following them. He has been watching them. He has a bond with a few of them. But yet he prefers Robert Sanchez over Petrovic. And that kind of makes me think, does he really have that understanding? Does he really have that know-how when it comes to our team? So I'm a little bit concerned about that. I have to admit, I'm a little bit concerned about that. And only time will tell. Maybe he knows something about Robert Sanchez that he could fix and help him with to make him pass the ball like a Xavi Alonso. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see.
Mo, you and I don't have to be technical directors. We don't have to be football experts to be able to tell that Sanchez doesn't really fit the style of playing out from the back. He made a ton of mistakes, and Steven also don't have to be a technical guy. We don't have to be professional technical guys to know who is better to be in our goalpost. We've seen Petrovic handle that pressure much better than most experienced, Sanchez in our goalpost. So with that one, I don't know what Enzo Maresca is talking about over here. Either
that didn't come from him.
I was going to say that's what I was going to say. Either it is a mistranslation, or maybe it's not coming from him. Someone is putting two and two together, trying to make clicks on
or smoke and mirrors.
Yes. That could be one of the reasons. But big up to you, Silva. Silva said we need him, please. Santiago said the players that Chelsea bought now have a lot of value. Hutchison, Jackson, Madueke, Gusta have all hide their value. I think they now. I think
they know what they're doing.
They know.
Bro, there's talk of Hutchinson being between 20 to 30 million. Like, bro, fine by me. He weren't even here 12 months because we sent him on loan immediately. Fine by me.
Yeah, cool.
I have to add
on that. Go
ahead.
I actually like Amari Hutchinson, right? But at the same time, if I'm looking at that as a sporting director, I'm going, okay, well, we can't shift Mudryk, we can't shift Madueke, we can't shift these guys right now. Is Hutchinson going to develop and be at a high level by the time we can sell these guys, or do we need to capitalize on this whilst we can? Because his value could technically decrease if he has a bad season or bad injury, right? We saw it with Hudson-Odoi. There was talk of a loan and an 80 million. He got one injury, bang, straight down. So if you're a director, surely you're looking at that and going, we got him for nothing. Talk of 20 to 30 million, I got to take it. And at the same time, what that could do, right? Because all the talk that I'm seeing now is we don't have the sell before June the 30th, but it's before the end of the deadline because it's the UEFA deadline, which is in December, right? So that might also be why we're making these moves so quick for Olise and that, because then they're not on next year's books, right? And it's a 3-year window. So if we don't have a spend in the next accounting year and we only make sales, if we needed to, we could spend on a big name 2-3 years down the line. So maybe that's another reason to it. But at the same time, look, if you can get 25, 30 mil for him, yeah, keep Chalobah. Problem solved. No centre backs. Thank you. Done. Tosin. That's all we need then.
I wanna add. It is correct what Santiago said in regards to those players have increased in value, 100%. And I think you're going to see a lot of the players that we sign increase in value because we have signed them relatively cheaply at a relatively young age. We have got a lot of players that we signed, 16, 17, 18, 19 years old. And they're going to play for Chelsea Football Club, and or they're going to be on the books of Chelsea Football Club. That in itself automatically increases their value. The fact that you have Chelsea Football Club on your CV, okay, automatically is going to increase your value. And if you get the opportunity to play, even for the development team, for the first team, even if you play for the first team in a cup competition, you still played for Chelsea Football Club. Your value is going to increase. However, the model of us signing players young, signing players on a cheap, and then trying to sell them off at a higher price, that model works and is implemented by a lot of the mid-table teams because that is their only source of real hardcore income. They're not going to make millions on ticket sales or sponsorship deals because they're not winning titles. Chelsea have become a successful team, not only because we were owned by Roman Abramovich, one of the richest people on the planet, but because we were winning. We won 20 odd trophies in 20 odd years. Yeah. We won Champions Leagues. We won European competitions. We won the Premier League. We achieved a lot of success, and that is why the value of Chelsea as an asset has become so good. If we go to that model of buying players and selling players to make our money, then that's telling me, our goal is to make money, to generate money from player sales because we can't do it from winning titles. That is only going to be sustainable for a set amount of years before you starting to get one player like a Van Dijk from Southampton. You're not going to be able to generate this on a regular basis because Chelsea Football Club is going to be a mid-table team. And who cares if this guy played for Chelsea? Who cares if he had, a cup run for Chelsea? Who cares if he plays for the Chelsea development team? Because Chelsea is a mid-table team. So this model will not be sustainable, will not be profitable if Chelsea are not going to continue to become contenders. So we have to maintain our level. We have to maintain our standard. And that is the key for me. As a Chelsea fan, I couldn't care less if we get Omari Hutchinson for free and develop him and sell him for 25 million if we're not winning titles. I'm happy to see that when we are winning titles, when we are challenging. So we got to balance it out. We got to keep that balance. Success, financial, being smart financially, being able to generate money in other avenues, brilliant, fantastic, do it. But maintain your success level because it's unsustainable otherwise. Nee, I have to bounce. I have to go.
Yep.
Just want to say thank you for the opportunity. Big up to Stephen. Big up to DJ Sav, Skya, everyone who was on the panel. I'll catch you guys later.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to have you on as usual. You put so much light on the show when you come on, and then you inject kind of a history also to the channel anytime we call upon you. You don't disappoint, Mo. You don't disappoint. Thank you very much, and I wish you the best of the evening. Enjoy it, Mo. Good night.
Peace.
Thank you. Yes, guys, we are still on discussing potential tactics, Chelsea current squad, financial consideration, FFP implementation, and all of that. Thank you very much. Big up to 90 plus 90 plus what? Is it pandemic? Is it pound minutes? I think pound minutes is the name. I apologize if I didn't say your YouTube name right. It says it will be a bad idea swapping Gallagher and Broja to Villa for Watkins. Think about it. Yes, I think it would be a very, very
I
bad
don't think
idea.
anyone's suggested
No one wants
that.
Santiago, so while Chelsea have brought players to the sum of over $1 billion, their yearly total actually not as high as you think due to the low wages, which is good for FFP. CFC are more structured than PPL. Think about it. Than people think. Yeah, PPL. People think. All right. Abramovich, Chelsea lasted over 20 years. Bowley Chelsea is 2 years young. They can't win 5 Premier League and 2 UCL. After 2 years, we can't compare Bowley style yet. So we can't compare Bowley style yet. At least give him 5 years, right? I agree with you. That's why I've been supporting this new project, these new owners from beginning.
I agree, but also need to clarify that Todd Bowley is not the majority owner.
That's what people say.
That's the only thing
he's not the majority
I'm clarifying.
That's Piedad, Egbali, those are the two heads.
Well, Egbali and Feliciano.
Yeah, Egbali and Feliciano. But it looks like
Bowley
beginning.
I needed to do that because I always say it, and I don't want people to think I only say it when it's a negative story about the ownership. I'm always going to clarify that is more to the point I was making. Like, got to clarify that I will make that point every time. That's nothing against you. That's the media's fault. Because the media always put it out as Todd Bowley, Todd Bowley, Todd Bowley, Todd Bowley. You don't see him talk about Egbali. You don't see him talk about Feliciano. They only ever say Todd Bowley. So that's actually not on anyone watching. That's on the media. Because the media's got to do what it's got to do, and they're got to report wrong because that's what they love to do. Because that's what gets clicks. It's what keeps their business booming.
I agree with you, Steve. In regards to what Santiago said, I said it from the beginning. You know, I've said it many times. Look at how Roman Abramovich took over Chelsea and what he did. Manchester City tried to do the same thing. It never worked for them. They changed. They brought in this Italian manager. Then they brought in Manuel Pellegrini. Then they brought in I think was it Pep Guardiola. They brought in Pellegrini. Pellegrini left. Then they brought in Pep Guardiola, right, Steven? Before Pep Guardiola came in, after departure of Pellegrini.
I think he was almost straight after, yeah.
Yeah, because they brought in Mancini. From Mancini, I know they have Marquinhos, from Marquinhos, Mancini, from Mancini to Manuel Pellegrini, from Pellegrini to Pep Guardiola. And look how long Pep Guardiola has been there, with patience, with trying to do what he wants, bring him the right players that will fit his style. He was able to move all those players that he thinks that they don't fit in his style of play. He moved them out, brought in the right players in, and look at how it has yield results. Look at how they've won the Premier League, and look at how Chelsea won their Premier League under Roman Abramovich, because we never had a sustainable style of play. We fired managers unnecessarily. And one of the managers we've sacked unnecessarily was Carlo Ancelotti. And I always say that the way and manner we treated Carlo Ancelotti at the football club was unacceptable. This man was being fired. He wasn't fired at Chelsea. We went to play Everton game, and he was being fired from the tunnel. He was fired from there.
And we finished second.
That year, we finished second. How bad can Roman Abramovich treat this manager? Look at him today, winning back-to-back Champions League. Where is experience? Zidane has no experience. Pep Guardiola had no experience before he took Barcelona. He was a Barcelona team B before he took over the senior team, the main team. Where was Pep Guardiola? Where was Zidane? Sometimes we need to tone down. We need to calm down and look at other histories. It's a different football club, but then the coaching, the philosophy, the idea is in your brain. If you can implement the same idea in a championship team to gel them together with some average players to play better and attracting football, you can implement the same idea to players, much better players at Chelsea than Leicester City. We should put it that way. because I've had lots of good reports about Enzo Maresca, and that's why I'm trusting in him, not just a human individual, but the team. The club giving him that chance. People even relegate football club, but then end up finding themselves in a lucrative job like that. Company, works experience with some company. He's never managed in the Bundesliga before. He even regulate relegation team. He took a team down to the championship, Burnley, and now he found himself as the Bayern Munich head coach. So we should put that experience things away. Where was Xabi Alonso? Where was Xabi Alonso? Did he gain that experience from anywhere? No, he took over Bayern Leverkusen. Look at where he is with Bayern Leverkusen. You get what I'm saying? Please. So sometimes let's calm down. I sometimes I feel very bad for some of our fans that live in the UK. And I understand the culture. I don't live in the UK. I live in America. But I understand the culture. You guys, everything is all football. But we have to understand, you are the fans. We need you. But calm down for these owners. Show some respect to these owners. Don't listen to some, I wouldn't say, excuse me to say, some stupid channels out there. And all they do is just insult these owners and call them clown. They are people's parents. Fathers, they are fathers. You can call people clown. People that pick up money from one institution and invest into the football club. You call them clown. You know who a clown is? That is very, very highly disrespectful from some UK channels that they think that they own Chelsea Football Club. You don't own Chelsea Football Club. If me and some of my friends spend time watching your channel and having the number of people watching your channel, that doesn't mean you should go down low and disrespect these owners. They go low to the extent that they even insult the kind of jeans they are wearing. Go and look at Balenciaga. Balenciaga, the kind of jeans that he makes, they're very funny and ugly jeans. But I'll tell you, those jeans cost millions, $600,000, $40,000 wearing Balenciaga jeans. You get what I'm saying? But you don't even know the kind of jeans this person is wearing. But yet, you're pointing fingers and insulting him. You get what I'm saying? So we, as fans, need to calm down a little bit even when you're trying to insult these people. They are people's parents. Whatever you do to someone, they do the same thing to you. So just support the football club. They have time to be at the football club. They don't own it. They'll come and go, just like Abramovich came to football club for 20 years and left. He bought it from someone else. Ken Bate, if I can remember. That's the name. Mm-hmm. He took over. Ken Bate did what he can do and sold it to Roman Abramovich for, was it 5 million or 1 million? Either 5 million or 1 million. And Roman makes so much money out of it. He didn't even care about the money. But yeah, Roman is gone. And we have to understand the reality that no one will be at the football club and tend to a pillar of salt at the football club. It's just like life. We're all gonna die and go. Someone else will come over. My kids who are Chelsea supporters will start supporting. When I'm getting old, my beer all tends into gray, and I'm now using a walking stick. So we have to support the football club, but not to insult those in charge. They have plans, and if the plan work, you'll be surprised. They've done it before. They've done it in a different sector, different sports, different activities. They've done it, and I believe that whatever they're trying to achieve here will work, but it takes time. 2 years, just 2 years. Roman was there for 20 years, and how many Premier League trophy? 2 Champions League trophy, which I love what Roman did, but the manner at which we sacked managers was not good. You get what I'm saying? Steven, over to you if you have more to say before I go through some of the comments.
No, I've not got anything to add, to be honest.
All right, so I'll go to the comments. Apologize, guys. Maya said that you need to win trophies too, according to Maya. Santiago said that obviously you need to win a trophy, but if we are comparing end product to the origin, it is just plain dumb, according to Santiago. Big up to you, Asma. Big up to my man himself, Asma, who is joining us here. He's got some time to join us here on the show. Thank you very much. Chelsea Season said, great stream, Nee. Thank you very much. As usual, I try as much as I can. Very busy period for me in the summer. Very, very busy period. And I got a lot to do behind the scene. But Steven will testify to me that I'm trying as much as I can to even get the content across. It's not that easy. Usually I stream about, is it 5 p.m. UK time, which is 12.
About 5 UK time, yeah.
But today, because of things that I have to do, that I have to reschedule the stream and do it much later. But even doing it at this time, I still got a lot of you joining us. Those from the UK, those from all across the world, listening to it. Maya said, I feel like this time around, they should keep Maraska for 2 years straight to build this team. I doubt he'll get this running in his first season. And so, if the fans support him and understand what he's trying to do, definitely certain players will not be able to play the kind of football he's trying to play. But it will take about 2 seasons to get all the players in. It took Pep Guardiola, I think, about 4 years, Stephen. Was it 4 years for you to win his first Premier League?
Can't remember now. I think it was at least a couple of years.
Yeah, about 3 or 4 years for him to win the Premier League. So it's not easy. The most difficult league in the world. And if Enzo Maresca comes in and wins it in the first year, he's the real deal. Then he's a real deal. You know, Mourinho will tell you it's not an easy league to win. I can't say his name. Adidans. I see Adidans. But big up to you if I say the name. If I butcher the name, please apologize for it. He said that so much truth being spoken in. Thank you very much, my brother. So much. I've said a lot because there's a lot of things going on, and we have to see things outside the box, not just within what we see here. Maya said that, in my opinion, Chelsea has sacked multiple managers simply because they didn't hire the right one. If Maresca gets the job done, he will be with us for a long time, and I do agree with you. Big up to you, Maya, from Chelsea season. We've discussed a lot of topic here. Financial. Stephen, should we wrap up with this Manchester City problem right now? Manchester City right now have.
We could do that, or we could start it next stream. Because I feel like it's something that could take a while.
Okay. So guys, we still got 14 of you watching live.
The reason I say that, right, Nee, just quick, is because you've got the fact that they've got 115 charges, and you've got the fact that they're now going after the Prem, and then there's like loads of little bits that it all ties in that makes it quite long. Yeah, I do understand. Next time we're probably going to start with it, and or maybe plus we've done nearly 2 hours already. Yeah, we'll put that in the middle so it doesn't prolong the stream. We've already done almost 2 hours of it. We just make it exactly 2 hour mark, Stephen. Or you think can we do it exactly 2 hour mark on the stream? No idea. Honestly, no idea. All right. If we can make 2 hour mark, then I'll say that we can elaborate a little bit on this Manchester City situation, but if we cannot do it, we can put it at another time. As Santiago said, I believe Maresca won't. He says he won't need a lot of time. Most of Chelsea's core players are already here. Just a few players away, and I do agree with you. Just a few. I mean, the striking department, one goalkeeper, and then is it left back, Steven? Are we still looking for a left back, or are we going to use infected left back Marco Correa? Play him I think from what I remember seeing, it was centre back, left back, striker, and then maybe a winger. And there was also talk about goalkeeper a while ago, but I don't know if that's going to die down now or not. So that's definitely got to be something to keep an eye on. Okay. Thank you very much. Guys, please, this platform that is being set up, it's not for me. I'm the owner of this channel. I created it. I put everything together. But it doesn't belong to me. It's just like Stamford Bridge is built. They don't own it. It is you, the fans that goes to watch the stadium, that owns it. This channel itself here, we can't do anything without you, the fans that watches and comments down here. So please, when we share the link there, we're inviting you to join us and have fun over here. My opinion is always not right. You have a different opinion. That can. You mean it's not always right? Yeah, it's not always right. It's just my opinion. You made it sound like your opinion is never right. Okay, yeah, it's not always right. You know, you can have a very, very important opinion there that you can say, hey, Nee, what do you think of mine? This is what I think. So when you put a link there, guys, click on it. Come on.
let's make this channel the fun channel. That's what I'm trying to do here. But guys, we have surprises and important things coming on, and once we get there, you won't ever never regret that you're part of this channel. And then what I'll be trying to do is, look guys, a time will come that I won't be reading all these comments as I'm reading, and you guys will bear with me. It's not an easy thing. Reading all the comments that comes in, it's not an easy thing. But a time will come, I have to create a different platform and have my regular viewers that I know that have been with me for over a year. I'm going to put all those people on one platform where I'll share my link in it. Anyone else who wants to be part of be on the show, we have to come through a different platform. You get what I'm saying? And all the comments, those that will be coming that I don't know them, are just joining us, we have to go through a super chat or something. You get what I'm saying? I know why, because there is a lot going on, which I'm saying this thing has to modify itself into something else. I don't want to get everything out of my basket right now.
What he's saying, without giving too much away, is there's a lot of work going on that you guys aren't aware of yet. But in due course, once everything gets sorted, you guys will find out what it is.
Absolutely.
But there's quite a big plan in the background that's currently ongoing. So that's why sometimes when Nee says on his side there's been stuff behind the scenes that meant he couldn't stream, it's related to something that's being planned for the future that you guys will find out about.
Yeah. And when you guys see it, you'll be like, this is the best YouTube channel ever. Ever. Yes, you're gonna see, like, you tell me, even people tell me, with this alone, this is just a small room. You get what I'm saying? But once we get everything set up, you'll be like, you guys see it, you'll be like, this is the best YouTube channel ever. People keep telling me, even with this small one. So we got lots of things going on, and for you to enjoy the stream that we do, the topics we bring on, and we'll be doing 3 streams even in a day. Different people will be hosting the channel as time goes on. One early in the morning, afternoon, and even midnight. If you talk about midnight, probably from 7 o'clock to around 10 p.m. So we are trying to be the best all over. And then also UK will be a place that I will be playing my games. When I say games, going to UK a lot, to trying to get the fans from there, trying to know who I am and what our platform is all about. A lot of things in the pipeline that we're trying to work on. So I'll leave things as it's been for now. Great vibes. Looking forward to it, and all for the support. Big up to you, Maya. I know you support this platform. And Maya, I know I already have Maya on a different side. So if I want to reach out to him, I know how to reach out to him. Scala said that Kolomweni. Sorry. Yeah, we can have Kolomweni. Sasuke Guna, Kolomweni, I don't think he's that good enough. He's good on FIFA, but to be honest with you, physically, he's not good enough.
Who? Oh, Kolo Muani. Do you know what's funny? I swear Tuchel has taken up the disguise of Didier Deschamps and is now managing the French national team, because Kolo Muani is apparently playing at right wing back right now. They're playing right now, and apparently he's at right wing back.
Yeah,
it's a Tuchel thing, isn't it? He always plays like wide players and stuff at wing back.
I know. Thomas Tuchel. All right, Santiago said, just like clearly Chelsea Blueclouds. Chelsea, the Blueclouds has just begun. This channel will win a lot of trophies soon. Absolutely. I don't get worried about this number of subscribers. I've been streaming for almost about 4 years and over now. 4 years and over, and it's getting better. We're getting close to 4K subscribers. We are getting close. We're getting 2, 3, 4 in each and every time we do live streaming. Also small shots over there. But I know where I stand. I still believe. I'm not stressing myself because I don't have expectations right now. But once I get everything ready, I will have the expectations, because I have to be able to get things and replace certain things. So thank you very much for Santiago, who's been supporting Maya, who also been supporting my best Arsenal fan, Sasuke Guna. Thank you very much for always tuning in. Maya, I'll say his name, Chelsea season best legend guy, and my man also Adidance is the name. Also, thank you very much. And Asma himself, everyone that joined the show today, 90 per minute. is the name. Also, thank you very much, and everyone that came on. Dig yourself, just a perspective. My brother himself, who has helped me along the way so many times. Luke Mudway, I think that's the name. Also, thank you very much, everyone that joined us. Stephen G. I don't know how. I don't have words to put together to say thank him. I've known this man for almost about 3 years now, and even when he's sick, he has bandage and crutches. He'll be on the show, and I always
That's true. I
thank him.
did do that.
Absolutely, he's my right hand man. When I'm not there, he will be the guy there. There's a lot more he has to offer this channel. He's a good man, And lucky for me, guys, this man here called Stephen G is a physio man, practicing physio. So yes, a time will come we wouldn't have to look for expertise. Expertise are already here. So we have to explain certain injuries with Chelsea Football Club. This physio man who lives in the UK, he's a physiotherapist. He can tell us, if you guys can remember one of the streams that we did, we were able to explain the length and recovery of Reece James' hamstring. And he was the guy on charge that day. He explained everything into details. What kind of injury is Reece James going through and how long?
I think that's the one where we got the diagram up, wasn't it? Where we had different grades of tears.
So yeah, we have the expertise in terms of injury who can explain them. We have the diagram, and he explained everything to us professionally on this stream. So I love him for that. I love him. I'm happy for you, Grothney. Remember your 3 year ago. It makes me cry. Happy tears. Excellent channel. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, my brother. Chelsea, bro. I always tune in when I can. Big up KTBFFH. I know, bro. I know we all get busy. When you get time, you tune in. That's fine. And I do understand people got busy life. Your family is more important than this platform, my channel. I would let you know your family is important than any other thing. When everyone rejects you, you have to remember your family will always receive you. They would never reject you. So your family is important than any other thing that you do, not even your job. Remember, when you don't have a job, your family will keep you in the house to put roofing over your head, give you shelter. So not your job. When you lose your job right now, they'll replace you at the job. So always your family first. So do not ever worry about that stupid job. Your family first. Come first. Thank you. All right, so guys, this is where we're gonna draw the curtains. I want to thank you all for coming again. We'll see you again, Stephen G. You want to stay behind for a second, guys? Latest rundowns, as I always say, hang on to hope. Bye for now. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Blueclouds TV.